Good evening, one and all. How is everyone? Oh dear. Right, as usual, technical hitches just as I was about to start. But for me, 2 minutes after the half past, it's pretty good, I reckon. Pretty good. So hopefully we're live. I don't know what went wrong. All the cameras swapped. So I had the table cam in my face and my face on the top. It's weird. Let's just try that. Yeah, it works. Don't know. Pass. Anyway, let's say hello to one or two people. Jim Mills, good evening to you. Have a little vape as well. Kenny, evening Kenny. God, my word, what's he? Good evening, Mark. Naturevape. Well, yeah, I'm well. 'Tis I, he says. Yep, very well. Craig, evening Craig. Who else have we got here? Jim, I've said. Craig, I've said. Mick King, evening Mick. Warm welcome to you. Adrian Mason, good evening, Adrian. Just Josh, evening Just Josh. Yeah, thank you, YouTube. I'm live. That is working. Something's working. Next to say you can't hear me or something. I'll get to that in about a quarter of an hour. And don't wind me up, anyone, please. Murray Robertson, good evening, Murray. Mark Trigwell, evening, Mark. Daniel, evening, Daniel. Daniel's not been feeling too well, so I really appreciate you coming on, Daniel. I know you're struggling a bit. Jim, I've said. Jaya, evening, Jaya. Laurie, good evening, Laurie. Hope you're well. And Lynn Smith, that's it. Is that all we got? Oh, we've got 20 people. That's not many. I reckon that no one is used to seeing me coming near enough on time. They probably thought they'll tune in about 8:45 when I'm ready. I reckon that's what it is. So just to, one or two of you might be looking at the screen thinking, he's got herpes or something. I've got, where is it? There and up here. That was Winston, a little bit over excited this morning. He's basically got these huge paws, and I was playing with him. I rubbed my hands together and he bang right straight in the mouth this morning. I was like, really? So yeah, it's not herpes, it's dog's paw. And I got thumbs down for that. Well, boy. I'd forgotten how cruel it can be in this vaping world. Thumbs down and nastiness. Well, I'm not in the mood for nastiness today. Kevin Smith. Evening, Kevin. Hope you're well. Winston. Yeah, Winston punch up. Yeah, it was. He literally, honestly, he doesn't know how strong he can be, and he's so quick. So bless him. But how could you tell him off? He felt awful. I know he did. You know when a dog runs round you and sits down, stands up, and stays down. You know, he's all like really upset he'd done it. So you can't tell him off. He didn't do it on purpose. Rufus, evening to you. Another thumbs down. Do you know what? Piss off. Right, Rufus. Evening, as I say. Yeah. Anyone sense that my patience is a little short? In fact, if anyone says there's no such thing as a stupid question, they should try dealing with Eon and Give Energy. Then you'd realise there actually is such a thing. God, they're hard work. Had a day full of that today as well. John Vaping Joker. Evening to you. Who else have we got? Kevin, yeah, you're right, Kevin. Try kissing a horse's arse. Yeah, it'll stop you licking them. Yeah, thank you, Rufus. I don't depend on you. I don't know. Well, it's probably just someone having a joke. I don't really care. Most of the time you can take it, can't you? But I just think, yeah. It's been testing times, I think, for all of us in a lot of ways. But anyway, we move on. We carry on in our little happiness. So I won't stop on here long tonight. Probably an hour, I would say, because there's not masses to talk about. One or two little bits and pieces that I'd like to ask your guys' opinion on as well. See what you think. Couple of products really that I'll get to that in a little while, but it'd just be quite nice if anyone's tried one, or fancies trying one. Let me know. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Don't worry. The Late Night Vape Show, even you. And yep, that's it. Right, so what am I vaping on? I've never caught up with chat. Tonight I have, haven't I? I think I was winding up that thumbs down. It's just gone. So sorry if I'm oversensitive. I'm not that bad. Right. I'm still on this with the AMU inside it, bridge inside it. I'm loving that. You can see as you see right through it. There's not a lot of juice in there because I'm waiting to vape this down and it's due a good clean. Those that know me know I keep my coils and wick pristine. I change it every day. Not. This one will be minging. It's been in there. How long has it been in there? Just over a week. And for a net tobacco inside, that's going to be horrible, isn't it? It's going to be horrible. Won't even go now. I'm pressing the wrong button. It's actually easy with this to press the up button. But I did take the buttons out for a little while, so I didn't mistake it. But anyway, still enjoying that. It's a lovely little mod. Very small. KBR mod, that one. Still vaping the awake, says Mark. Awake? Are you mad? Yeah, I know. Still on the Orion. In the Orion, I've got. Oh, by the way, inside that, I've got the Kentucky that arrived. The just an extract Kentucky, the normal one, and loving that. Really liking it. So, got the Orion on the go, and that's got the Fragola, which is the strawberry. The range behind me. I left that screen up. I thought it looked all right. We'll we'll keep it going for tonight. Saves a white wall, doesn't it? So the Fragola, which is the strawberry shortbread one on there, in there. So I think that's. I think that it's funny, isn't it? Nathan Net Vapor has reviewed 4 of these flavours. And so far his favourite is the strawberry and the apple. And they're my 2 favourites. And in the next 2 he's got to review, there's my 3rd favourite. So what's the betting? He's going to pick that as well, isn't he? Again, that coil needs changing. So we're about halfway down on there. And that one will be changed as well. Right, one coil that didn't need changing, because I only did it last night, was this one. Those of you in the group will know what that is, because I sent them a tease picture. It's actually quite an old product. I had a customer buy one, and he was having a bit of trouble getting it set up, and it is a bit of a bugger, to be honest, or can be. It's the Tel Tank by Swiss Vape Technologies, SVP, that's the one. I love it, I really do. You've got a choice of rings in the bottom, Delrin rings for the airflow. And it's just so quiet and smooth, and you can put any bridge in there, Borotank bridge. And that one, as I say, has got the AMU. And I just think when you look through it, it looks quite nice. You think, oh, what's that inside there? Because it does look like an RTA. But you basically pull, I don't know if I can get it off, it's a bit tight. No, I'm not going to try. Basically pull the top off, it all collapses apart, and you've got these choice of 3 Delrin rings. But I would say it's been on the site a long time. We've had them in stock a long time. But anyone who doesn't like tinkering, don't buy this, because it is a bit of a tinkerer's one. But that's smooth and nice. You can't see the screen because I've got the green screen on. That's a green screen. Right, what's everyone been putting? Yeah, Mark says, must get some of the original Kentucky. Yeah, that's what I've got in here as well. I was just loving it. That's always been my... That and Virginia, they're my 2 really that I like the most. But I couldn't get the original Kentucky with my first order with La Tabaccaria, but that is now in stock. I ordered plenty of it because I knew it was my favourite. So, Phoenix Vapes. I think I said hello, Phoenix. If I didn't, good evening to you. Mark Trigwell, what's he put? I did care much for the nuts, did he? I did care much for the nuts, did he? Sounds like some sort of rhyme. I think what you mean, Mark, I don't know if you care. He did the pistachio and the hazelnut flavours. Not his flavour profiles, and he was first to admit that. Wasn't, wouldn't vape them, I don't think, as a regular thing, but, he liked the juice for the quality they were. Just not the flavour profile he likes, which is fair enough. I take that on board. I like the pistachio one, probably not so keen myself on the hazelnut, but if you like those 2 flavours, you'll probably like it. So we're all different. I can't eat curries, but some of you out there will go, oh, I love a good curry. So, but I can't eat them. Marksford didn't care much for the nuts. Yeah. No, so he didn't. Okay, Rufus. What's Rufus bought here? Bought a new 3D printed mod 2 weeks ago. Fell off a desk onto a carpeted floor and cracked. Oh, nearly cried. Yeah, I bet he did. Should have withstood a carpeted floor, I would have said, Rufus. 3D printing. I mean, I am king of the 3D print. What else have I got lying around? I've got all sorts 3D printed around here. In fact, we'll get to one thing in a little while. Just Josh, 2 minds over the Orion. Yeah, the Orion Josh is... I think it's cracking. I love the little device. I do, honestly. I think it's really well made. The coils are good. Yeah, what's not to like? And you can mouth to lung it. So one of the very few pods that I'll use on a regular basis. Yeah, Craig, not so superb for Nathan. Nuts not so superb tonight. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Craig. I knew what you meant. Couldn't believe it cracked. Fixed it with JB Weld plastic bonder. Amazing stuff. Yeah, JB Weld's cracking, isn't it? That's very good. There's a bit of JB Weld. I tried it to make a battery tool that just didn't work that well. But yeah, it's good stuff. Mark says, looks a classy tank. Yeah, it is. The Tell tank. It's, like I say, it's very old now, and some people don't like that is Ultim. If I tip it slightly, you can see that it's Ultim. Although you can, it's a light Ultim. You can see through it. Now, talking of which, the question I wanted to ask everyone in chat, on the same theme as the Tell tank, is the Hazard RTA by Dovpo. It's Dovpo and a cross, isn't it? Dovpo and a cross, the Hazard RTA. Hold it up, I've got one here. There it is. Hazard RTA. Has anyone tried it and anyone got it? So I'd like to know what it's like. I've had Dovpo have been back in touch with me. They'd like to be my buddy again. And that's one of the products that I thought, do you know, I'd quite like to have a go at that, because it will take, a bit like the Tel tank, it will take other, you know, bridges, all the borrowed bridges, all some, not some of the big square ones, but it'll take most. So I'll probably have to wait a second to get everyone's opinion on that. It did look quite nice though, but I was going to try and buy one in the UK first, and if I thought they're okay, I'll stock them. Is it something you'd like me to stock, you guys? You know, that's the other thing. Yeah, exactly, Josh. Isn't that always the case? You drop something that's like that 3D printed expensive mod, you never drop the cheap stuff, do you? Never. It's always something that, you know, you don't want to destroy. Mark, stoked with the Basma. Probably not for everyone, but I love it. Yeah, exactly. Back to tastes again. That's one I still haven't tried it, Mark. I want to try the Basma. I still haven't tried that. Ian and Coyle, how are you? Mark says the pistachio appeals the most. Yeah, it's I quite like that actually, but again, I couldn't vape it all the time. It's not one that I could vape all the time, but as a change up, you know, of the odd tank, yeah, I think it'd be good. That is nice. I do like that. What else have we got? Rick, evening Rick. I hope you're well. Good evening all. Pup made me walk too far and it's the start. Yeah, and I wasn't that late, Rick. I wasn't that late. And in case you missed it, if you're looking at me face, that was Winston this morning. Cut me lip with his paw. Bless him. Getting too excited. Yeah, Rufus, should have indeed, Mark, cracked to the bottom where the battery sits. Yeah, I think that should have withstood that, to be fair. I really do, because Winston knocked this off. In fact, that was how I discovered how to take the plate off the front. It's on magnets, and because I was trying to, does it come off, doesn't it come off? And I didn't want to force it in case I broke it. And Winston knocked that off the table, and this plate fell off. I thought, oh, he's broken it. But no, it was just literally magnets. So if I can take that off, it's not the easiest without maiming myself. There we go. You just get a little sharp knife in the corner. Don't chuck all the buttons on the floor like I wanted to there. Whoops. There we are. Oh, bloody green screen. Tabletop. There we are. That's what it looks like behind. So the switches are easily visible. And let's get this plate as well. There's the plate. See the magnet at the top? So if you want to, that's the right way around, isn't it? If you do find yourself keep hitting got to get it in bottom first, I think it is. If you do find yourself keep pressing the up and down button and putting it into temp mode, just take them out. Once you've got the setting to your wattage, and then just, come off table mode. You will never adjust that up and down button again. Fire with confidence. There's a little tip of the night. But it does come out. I literally got show you. If you're very careful, I know it's a shitty old knife. Literally got the knife just in the side there and like pinged up, and it will come. Albert Valenti, evening to you. Yes, it's 42 now. People weren't used to me being on time, that was what it was. Mark, so tempted also with the Orion, but once the battery dies is the issue for me. Yeah, and I suppose they're not, well, they're about round figures 50 quid, aren't they? So they're not cheap. But what I will say is the battery is very, very good. It lasts ages. And it charges quick because you've got USB-C charging. So I guess another way to look at this amazed me. When the budget, cigarettes went up to something ridiculous like 15 quid. I couldn't believe it. When you think that's only 20 fags a day, that's 3 days. And that battery's going to last over a year. So if you put it in perspective, the trouble is we tend to think vaping is, I know it's not always cheap because we always want to buy the latest and greatest and the shiniest and this juice range and all the bits that go with it. So I hear that, you know, it's not super cheap, but compared to what we were used to do, it's not so bad, is it? Not so bad. That was, in case you didn't recognise it, Mark, that was the salesman in me coming through. that was the close. It wasn't. Craig, not tried it. Dion, evening to you. I'm enjoying the Hazard RBA, but not the tank. Yeah, they do a tank as well, RBA as well, don't they? Where's that? Is that the... Oh, no, they do this sandwich. Do you mean the sandwich, Adrian? Have I got that right? Hazard tank combo. Yeah, they do the sandwich RDA. Don't know if you mean that one. Kenny, I was behind. Naturevape, I sent a few reviews on it and they were not loving it. Ah, right. Thank you, Daniel. Because it also comes with its own bridge, I think, doesn't it? It doesn't show it on here. Or does it? It's got that weird thing. Ah, there it is. If I bend it over, you can see it. It's the one near my finger. It's that weird thing with like a pipe coming each side. So whether they've just tried it with that standard bridge, Daniel, I don't know, or whether, you know, how well it vapes. Like, the one thing I would say is the Tel tank has got this little Delrin bit here with, oh, I don't even know, yeah, you can just see there's one little vent there. I don't know if you can see it. The light's not that good, is it? I wonder if I can zoom in on here. Hang on. Where is it? There. Right where my thumb is there. Can you see it just? There's 3 of them. There's one there. God, they're hard to see, aren't they? Let's bring it in there higher up. Come on, focus, focus. There we go. You can see I just filled this up before the thing. Look, it's got moisture around it. There's one. God, that's hard to see. There. You can see that one. But, yeah, there's a bit of moisture on there. I literally filled it up before the show. So, yeah, it's not leaking. That was just me when I filled it up being clumsy. But because you've got those 3 little gaps there for the airflow, that's a real smooth draw. But I did notice with the Hazard that, bend it in half so you can see it, there's a huge airflow down the bottom there, look, huge. So it's really relying on whatever pin you've got in your in your bridge, I would have said. Mark says there's lots of praise out there for it, but I've not tried it. Know nothing about the hazard. Thank you, Jim, for answering anyway. Kenny's never tried it. Coil, the bridge with the had's okay, but the beauty is using other bridges in the tank. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Personally, I'm reining in on borrow-related gear. Oh, I don't actually blame you, Mark, to be fair, because there's so much now. Even I'm bogged down with it. I just think, how many bridges are they going to bring out? Some are better than others. Some are just almost like remakes of ones that have, you know, been there in the past. But yeah, I don't blame you, Mark. Once you've settled on what you like, and if you think, no, it don't get a lot better than this, which, to be honest with you, that's how I feel with this AMU bridge. I know it's the 5A vape one, but I'm loving it. I really am loving it. I think it's a cracking bridge. That, and of course the dope is good as well. Murray, I'm in the market for a hazard RTA. Well, what I'll do is I'll probably put a small order in with them. Now, obviously the other products they do is all the BP mods range, obviously Dovpo itself, and these Across products. Now, there aren't many of the Across ones. There's the RDA, and there's a pump squonker. Pump squonker looks like that. Not very good pictures, are they? I'm sorry about that. There's more of the pump squonker there. Retail price on the squonker is about 100 quid by the look of it. So there's the pump squonker. So yeah, and all the BP mod stuff. I'm sure someone said that the BP mods cotton is very good, and I haven't tried that either. So whoops, kicking stuff about. I could mix it in with some BP mods cotton, and they did a coil tab as well, which is, they seem really hard to buy. Coil tabs, you know, build tab. These, well, I've got my one that Jay made me here, but a coil build tab is very hard to buy. It seems they're not readily available. They're not something you buy every day, are they? But you know, they do seem hard to obtain. I have got something to say on build tabs as well in a minute. Right, Rick says, tried Mate's Hazard, my Dwarf and Tayfun clones, kick them out of the park. Boo! Off you go. Kenny says, good way if getting into borrow devices. I don't think it's something that's going to replace borrow devices. No, I completely agree, Kenny. Like these Tel tanks, I got them thinking, oh, people are going to love these. We didn't sell that many. We really didn't. I didn't buy that many, but, and there's only I don't know how many's left. Not many. Something that appeals to me, I love the different stuff. I think you all know that. I mean, Tina looks at that and she thinks that's ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I think it's stunning. It's a male thing. I don't know. But the only reason I got it out of the drawer was because a customer bought one. He was struggling with it. And I said, hang on, I'll get mine out of the drawer. I'll build it for you. I'll do a little video on my mobile phone while I put a bridge in there, and you can see, you know, how to use it, and that's what I did. And he'd actually sussed it out before he watched the video. He said, "That's all right. I've done it now anyway." But you know, only trying to help as always. Bridges belong in borrows. However you spell them, leave it at that. Bridges. Craig, yeah, probably. I mean, that's what they were designed for. It's bizarre how we cross-reference stuff, isn't it? Mark, the new Stratum side by side looks very desirable, I must say. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't seen it properly yet, but you know, I'll have to have a word with Ed and see what he says. I'll have to have a little chat with him. Laurie put, this is going to be trouble, isn't it? What could a coil be labelled for shipping to be for that is not vaping? Is there any other device that could use a similar coil? Yes, a heater coil, I reckon, Laurie. Hair straighteners, perhaps. Coil to heat the hair straighteners. I don't know. What else could they be used for? A lighter. An oil lamp. That's it, an oil lamp. Coil for an oil lamp. That'll do it. Mark Morrison, evening to you, Mark. Evening, folks. Agree the Basma is amazing. I love the Kentucky as well. Brilliant. Yeah, I love that's what I've got in here, as I was saying, the Kentucky. I haven't tried the Basma yet myself. I want to. We sometimes forget that analogy. Heating wire or filter might get it done. Yeah, Adrian says that. What's this, Adrian's book? I was talking about the RBA, Mark. Oh, right, it has a decent RBA. Right, okay. So that's the one with the cross at the bottom, Adrian, you were talking about, I guess. Mark Trigwell, what's this? The sandwich is pretty good, actually. It's my current squonk. Oh, right, okay. Mike Haynes, evening, Mike. Is that a new thumbnail, Mike? That's a nice looking one. Yeah, hope you and yours are well. Yeah, we're alright. Had a little bit of a testing day trying to get... Anyone else in chat got solar panels with Give Energy? I'm really having problems with it. Not just them, it's the fact that my electricity supply isn't registered to this address for some bizarre reason. The meter, it is here, and I'm paying for it, for what I use, but when you do a search to get on a different tariff, it says it's a mile down the road. I'm having problems. I think I've finally got through to them today. It took email after email and phone call after phone call. I find things like that really wearing, tiresome, you might say. But we rise above these things. Yeah, coil. Yeah, exactly. How is your recovery? I'd forgotten that entirely. Hopefully you're recovering nicely. Peter 247, evening to you. I would love to get one for my billet box. Which, like to get what, Peter? Not sure which one you mean. Dope. An AMU, yeah, there you go. Mark agrees with me. Mark Triggle. Obviously, clearly a man of taste. Mark is 2 marks. Dope and AMU raised the bar for sure. I think the AMU is superb. Really good. Right, sorry, I'm reading chat. Bloke, I can't do 2 things at once. I was like reading through. It's like a little story going on. Right, Mark says, I've the pump squonker, mixed views. Right, okay. That's not something I don't know, pump squonking. I tried it before. I had one once and I can't remember what make it was, but I never really Never really gelled with it. On annual leave. Lucky you, Just Josh. Chat within chat within chat within chat. I regularly use BP Bushido cotton. The tab is pretty good. All right, thanks, Mike. I heard the cottons. I'm sure someone said the cotton's really good, and I've never tried it, so I could get some of that and the tab as well. The Tomahawk side-by-side Squonker from BP Mods looks good. Yeah, I've got one here, Murray. It is good. There's one thing with it that Tina's actually using it at the minute, so I can't show it to you, but she says the same. When you pick it up, it's easy to hit the fire button. So like when you're carrying stuff, going upstairs or whatever, you hear this, you think, oh bugger, I got my thumb on the mod. It is quite easy to press it when you don't mean to. But other than that, yeah, it's good. And, you know, obviously the squonk option on it is pretty good as well. Neil Pitts, I only use the BP Pro Cotton. I love it. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Neil, for coming telling us that. Mark, any update on your e-pipe aspirations? No, there's not. I really can't get anyone interested in. I don't mean customers so much. I mean manufacturers. Everyone I speak to about it, they're like, nah, won't sell enough numbers to make it worth doing. So maybe it's something we need to, I don't know, get someone like a smaller operation, a build one to make it, make them like sought after and in less numbers. I don't know. Rick, just get an Ed Golden, an Ed AMU. Cost more but more choice, and all in one is great. Ed Golden, yeah. Yeah, of course I think I called that KBR, the Ed Golden. Sorry, yeah, I got that wrong. Earlier on, I know I did. I just remembered back. Right, what else? Hair straight there. I thought you'd like that, Laurie. Get your label ready for me. Yeah, okay, Laurie. Did you ever get that at the parcel? Because we sent one. I don't think it ever got to you. Did it get sent back to your sister or something? I can't remember now. Muji. Yeah, everything else just marked in cotton. I don't know if I agree with you quite, Craig. BP Mods is always decent. I do like the sliver cotton, I must admit. That is good. And some cotton has got a funny taste. That hasn't. But I hear what you say. There are brands of cotton that profess to be something they're not. I'll let you have that one. I think that's what you mean. Rufus, I like that BP stuff. Yeah. Okay, good. Vaping Noob, evening to you. BP Mods Cotton, just Josh. Yeah, I think I better get some of that in as well. I thought there was one or two people liked it. Only BP product that disappointed me was the Pioneer.RBA. Nope, my wicking, the juice flow holes didn't work. Alright. I got the .RBA, it worked for me, Craig. Sure it did. Yeah, I used that quite a bit. Where's my .mod? .mod. Where is that? Haven't used it in a little while, to be fair. Here it is. In fact, I think there's one in there now. That is the .RBA. That's sat there longer than I'd like to think. Still firing. That works. Keeps up. That's that crappy old Muji where you're using, Craig. That's what that is. You need some sliver. Coil, there you go. It's going good but slow. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Coil. Nothing worse than not feeling good, and I know you've had one or two issues of late. Rufus, where can I get a billet box fixed? New chip needed. Message Stealth Vape a couple of times, but not had a reply. Jay has done one for me. Jay's Vape Reviews, but what I would say, I mean, I've got boxes full of them that also need repairing. It's the nature of the beast that, and I'm guilty of it as well. If you leave, like I just showed the dot mod, right? I haven't used that for a long while. Shame on me. I should not leave that in there with juice in it, because it's going to leak and it's going to pour in, soak its way into the chip, and it's going to blow. So to a big part, we bring that on ourselves, I would have said. However, the billet box is quite prone to it. I think what should have happened is where the pin is in the billet box, that should have been like siliconed in, so that any juice that did go in there didn't pour straight down a wire onto the chip and blow the chip, because it happened a lot. And of course, a lot of people never used one before. They've perhaps let it sit there, cut 2 or 3 weeks, it's gone bang. It's never their fault, is it? And so you have to, they haven't had it long, you have to replace it. So that's partly why I stopped actually selling the billet box, is because I was getting as many back in a way. Now, I will also say that those of you with a keen eye and in my little WhatsApp group will know that I've just bought a job lot of these, the Aspire. What's that? Where's the green in there? I don't know why that was reflecting off there. The Aspire box mod, which is for borrow tanks. I've just bought a job lot of Aspire, cleaned them out basically, all their old stock, and I'm not gonna lie, I bought them cheap. They were like 90 quid originally. They're now on the site for $29.99. So I've passed the savings on to you. Now, I hadn't used mine for a little while, and like you shouldn't do, I left, it's actually the Nautilus bridge I left in here, and it was soaked. I lifted it off the unit where I had it, and all underneath was all wet. I don't know if you can still see it, stained by that. I don't know if you can, but it was drenched at the bottom and covered in e-liquid on that shelf up there actually. And I thought, well, that's going to be bust. But I wiped it, cleaned it all out, most of it. You can still see there's remnants in there. And I'll tell you what, I put a battery in it and it fired straight up. These things are, I know they're probably not the most stylish, they're a little bit clunky, but they are bulletproof and just made well. And if you strip one apart, well, I'm not saying you should, but if you strip one apart, you'll see how well they're made. Now, is there any squirt in this battery? Just to prove a point. I know there's 2 batteries here, and I think they're both low, but it might just show that it does fire up still. There you go. Yeah, bloody green screen. I have to stop using that green screen, I think. There, see, still works. Chip is still perfectly fine. Now, I think that's a credit to it. It really is. Which leads me on to my next discussion. I've had a plan. So, sorry, just get back to Rufus. So, to answer your question, Jay's vape reviews, he might repair it for you. Whether Rufus, that'll be worth putting a DNA 60 chip in there, which is going to be round figures 40, 45 quid, plus Jay's time. You might end up with, I don't know what he'll want, 80 to 100 quid in total. Is it worth putting it in? I don't know. Is it the original billet box or is it an SXK one? Sometimes you're better off bite the bullet and wave goodbye to it, or sell it as a non-runner on eBay. Non-runner, parts only. Rufus, try a mod maker. Rick will be very helpful. Hadn't thought of that. There's an option for you as well. Mike says need to order more sliver. Yeah, I like the stuff. I think it's really good. It's clean. It's, you know, it's great. I really just ordered a screen from it. Didn't think to ask. Oh well. Hazard. Actually, you could. You don't have to put a DNA chip in there, do you? Because there are obviously other chips. I'll come back to that in a second. Come back to that. Yeah, he's got the chips on his website. Yep, DNA 60 with a large screen. They're the ones you want. It's the fitting. Yeah, it's the fitting of it. So only a bit of solder. Yeah, sadly, I've tried to do a billet box. They're not the easiest. They're really not. They're quite tricky little buggers. But yeah, it can be done. Graham only uses swag cotton. Hair straighten, job done. Real, I've fitted the new 75 and 250 balls, but don't fancy trying the 60 and it's an authentic one. Would rather pay some. Yeah, they aren't. They are quite fiddly. They aren't the easiest. Sometimes, Rufus, that I have found that what I tended to do with mine was take all the panels off, the buttons, everything out, so it just left with a chip inside, and I've left it under my wood burner and let it dry right out. And sometimes they do recover themselves, but not always. On the roof fixing TV, I've been there all day. Muji and Sliver, all I use nowadays. A friend likes the BP Pro Vape Cotton, swears by it. Yeah, I haven't tried it myself. Must do. I'll get some. Nice to have options, isn't it? Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, Craig, to be fair. Solar panels in Scotland, not the best of plans, is it? Rain panels. Yeah, you'll have to have a rain turbine. That's what you need. Lynn, the box mod is very good. Yeah, we've sold a lot of them. It's funny, isn't it? I think had this been like $49.99 when it was released, I think they'd have sold them hand over fist. I know you get all the, like a tank and the Aspire bridge and everything inside it and with it. I know that. But I think at 90 quid, that's a bit overpriced. But at 30 quid, it is a billy bargain, I believe. But so do other people, because that's a lot of people. Graham, Mark, did you say 30 quid for the box? I did indeed, Graham. Let's see if. Can we share? How do we share the screen? It's been so long. Share screen. Hang on. God, I can't remember. Somewhere I had a note here that I used to use. Where's that gone? Hang on, I remember. It's all coming back to me. Right, it's this one. Right, let's open this up. Hang on, bear with, bear with. Didn't open it up beforehand. Right, let's see if I've shared the screen. Have I? No. Yes. There it is. Go under brands, Aspire. Nico sold out. They're not. We've got some. I'll put some of them back in stock as well. I think that's because I did the offer with the mix mod. But yeah, there you go. Box all in one, $29.99 in either silver or tuxedo, which of course is black. And yeah, they've flown out the door. They won't last long. Saying that, I did buy quite a few of them. I had to get the price right, but hey ho. So there you go, Graham. Grab yourself a bargain. I just think for that money, it's a workhorse, isn't it? That's all they are. Rufus, authentic. Do you mean the Aspire? They're authentic. They're authentic Aspire. Oh, you mean authentic, the billet box. Yeah, because I did ask you. So the authentic may be worth doing. I wouldn't have said it would have been if it had been an SXK. Mark, I have the cubic, so I may just pick up the box at that price. There's me saying. Yeah, there you go. We threw the ground bait out, and Mark Trigwell got that a treat. Right. So what I was going to say was to Rufus, the chip inside the cubics is the exact physical size of the DNA 60, and it is a very good chip. So what you could do, and you're not risking as much money, hang on, let's go to the table cam. Move that before I knock it over. Right, inside the mix mod, this is what you get. There's your chip. But the chip is inside here. It's actually the same chip, whether you buy the mix mod or the box mod. It's the same chip. It's just configured so the screen is slightly different. Come on. Right, there you go. There is... Will it come out? Yeah. Come on. Out you get. There's the chip. Let's zoom in a bit. In. Only an idiot would have a green chip on a green background, wouldn't he? So that's just your up and down button there. Ah, your screen. That's the point. They haven't put the screen in the same way. With a DNA screen, they're on a ribbon, longer ribbon. I'm not sure if that would be long enough. That could be my plan scuppered there, but other than that, they're dead easy. That's positive, minus to the battery. That's positive to the 510, and that's negative to the 510 pin. That's all they are. Fire button, up and down. That's all there is to them. But they're the same physical size as the DNA 60. So why, you say, have I got that chip there? Well, would you all like to know my crazy silly plan? Hear me out. Build tabs, right, like this. I thought, wouldn't it be good if you had a build tab that was in a wooden box, that was your box of coils, cotton, side cutters, everything you want is in a wooden box with a lid, and the coil tab is on the top of that lid, so everything's in one place. So you shut the lid, build your coil, press your button, done. What do you think of that idea? First of all, do you think that's a good idea? And then if you do, I think I've got a plan. and I'll read through this. We'll get back to that. We're skipping a bit tonight, but we don't care. Box mod comes with Boratang for the Aspire. Yes, it does. Yep. Yeah, so you get the Aspire one in there as well. You get loads of stuff in there. It's brilliant. Rufus, tried drying it out, Mark. Discussed. Oh, it was you, was it, Rufus? I knew I'd mentioned that before. Jumps to 60 watt. Board must be fried. Yeah. I mean, if you're careful, have a go. Go on, have a go. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst? Graham will be ordering after the show. Yeah. Evening in, above the clouds. Vaping noob, absolutely not. I mean, they are like I say, they really are bulletproof. They really are. We sold. Well, I only put them on the site about a week ago. I think we're already sold over 50 anyway. So at that price, they're for nothing. But like I say, I had a really good deal, and I've just passed it on to you guys. Mark, awesome idea, Mark. There you go, man of taste, as I said. Graham, yeah, it would be very handy. What do you think? A box tab. Graham thinks it'd be a good idea. Kevin, great idea. Great plan. I love wood feel. Yep. Thank you, Daniel. Put that on there. Lynn, seems a good idea. Rick, box is a good idea, Mark. If you're going to make them, I'm in. If not, I'm going to get in the garage and wake the house up trying something similar after the show. I'll show you something in a second. Nice one. Yep. It's a good idea, Mark. Not something I would bother with, but would be a clever build station. Right. So I thought, right, well, what we need to do, the chip inside the mix mod and the box mod, I thought they're cheap anyway, so we can take them apart and use the bits and build our own build tab. And I thought, is that a bit pointless? But I don't know. I love doing. Sometimes I just like to be able to do something to say I can. So I thought, well, I'll take one apart. There you go. Took one apart. They come apart quite easily, actually. I thought, so we got the battery tube. Where is it? We got the battery tube for an 18650 with terminals at the bottom. So that's that covered. We don't need a sled. You do, however, need a 510, but that one's off the mix mod, so that one's okay. We can use that. And again, the mix mod's got one of them, but there is a slight difference with the way I've done it, with the way the up and down buttons are on the mix mod. Because if you think, I hope you're keeping up with me. Yes, my brain's gone. On the box mod, their up and down buttons are underneath, but on the mix mod, fire button up and down's on the side, so they're configured slightly different, which makes it harder actually to make the tab. So I got the 3D printer out. I thought I shall build a housing. I thought what we need is a housing for the chip. And the up and down button and the fire button and the screen all in one housing, so the wire comes out each side, 510 and the battery tube. So this, as a rectangle, can just be cut your hole in the lid of your box, drop it straight in, it's done. Now you would think that you'd knock that up in a few minutes, wouldn't you? Get the right sizes, and everything else, but it really wasn't that easy. It took me nearly all of Sunday to do that, but the harder it became, the more determined I became, and I thought, I will get this done. Just reading some of the comments, because I know you lot are going to be laughing, I can picture it. Ian, oh, it's Mike, as you, yep. Right, Kevin, you'll need to do a video tutorial on the build tab. Yeah, I know. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Right, so I needed to print it, so I had the lid and everything. And here is the finished version. Ignore the fact that it's in clear, 3D printed. It'll be black, I would have said. But you've got the screen in there. The chip is in there. You can see it through underneath. Look. And the fire button, an up and down button. Listen. Fire button's lovely. That's in a little recess. Put it on the table. So there you go. So I would have said how you'd have it is you'd have this underneath the lid, or even there's your box, or even poking out the side, so you can unscrew your battery from the side of the lid. But either way, it doesn't matter. It goes underneath the lid as well. And then your 510 tab would be here, sunk in. That's just 22mm, and I've got a 22mm drill that will just drill a little rebate there. Screw that in, hole in the centre for the 2 wires, and there's your tab. So to get for me anyway, to get a router and cut that shape out of a box actually wouldn't be too much of a problem. That's quite straightforward for me. So, and I thought that would be easy. If it's rectangular, that's ready. Just we haven't got to worry about all depths and chiseling out wood. It just goes straight through. This sinks into that hole nice and neatly. All you see then is the top, and nothing else. And you got, as I say, your fire button there. Also with the Aspire chip, the screen is reversible, so you can have it left-handed or right-handed, whichever you prefer. The screen flips. That's the word I'm looking for. So there you go. All made out of that mod. And I thought it'd be alright. I thought it'd be a good idea. So now, let's see what you all think. Tell me honestly, what do you think? That's where my brain goes. Mike. Well, that's Mike, but you could sell that set up so folk could build their own tabs. Yeah, I mean, the box, like I say, it was... Hang on, I'll tell you what, let's take this box apart so you can see it. The lid snaps in. It's actually a little bit tricky. Let's go back on the table. Table cam. Right, there you go. I'm going to do it with you with this little knife. So take that out. That's basically how it sits. So your screen sits, let's take the fire button out. Hang on. They're on little rubbers, on silicons there. Now the screen has got this little square, I don't know if you can see it very well, there you go, you can see it there, little square shape, and there's a hole there. So that can't be wrong, that fits in the right place. Ignore the little dirty bits, that's the 3D printer doing that, little dirt on the nozzle. But like I say, I think it would be black. And that little shelf in there puts this box at exactly the right place, and then your wires are straightforward. Alright, so to put it in, that goes in there, that clicks in there, fire button on there, come on, there you go. Can I get this in? The screen does like to lift a bit on the ribbon, that's all. See if I can get this in. No. push that to the end. Come on, that's it. That's it. Job done. See, wasn't that hard, was it? Fire button, up and down. Table. Right, what's everyone been saying? Rufus says, looks good. Thank you, Rufus. Mark Trickle, genius. I would for one would be interested. All set in within wood. I just think it'd be nice, and you know, I could actually make the box as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me. I wouldn't find that hard. Nice wooden hinged box, perhaps magnets on the front, so there's no catches or anything. Nice sleek box. Keep all your coils, your cotton, your side cutters, everything inside the box, and then your build tab on top. So one place for all the stuff, rather than like we all have tins of coils laying here, there and everywhere and everything else. I just thought it'd be great. Yeah, genius. I wouldn't say I'm a genius. I think I'm quirky. Rick, looks good, Mark. Thank you, Rick. What materials would you use, Graham? Well, the box would be wood, and these, that's 3D printed, so that would just be done, I think, we could do different colours, but I just think black would look probably nicer than this, well, it's supposed to be transparent, like this white stuff. That was just what I happened to have in the 3D printer. That was the only reason I used that. And like I say, the battery tube, that's easy. It's just a bit of soldering. You've got a pin in the centre. You can't see it there. Pin in the centre for your positive, and a pin on the outside for your negative. I also just need to print something just to cover that, because you don't want any accidents, just to cover those terminals so that nothing touches it and shorts out. Mike, the same here. I would buy vaping who lost me at wires and rotor. Oh, come on, it's not that hard, is it? Laurie, gotta go. All right, Laurie, take care. See you next time. Graham, Mark, the new juice you have, looking at the apple, has it got... No, there's no cooling in it at all, Graham. No. Ugh, it wouldn't have cooling in there. No, it's like Victorian shortbread with apple. It's actually my second favourite, to be fair. I like the strawberry one, the Fragola, best. But that's number 2. And Tina likes that one better than the strawberry. That's her favourite, so... Don't think you'd be disappointed. Oh, thank you, Craig. Nope, it's shortbread, not frozen shortbread. So Graham's already got his size ordered, look. 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres by 15 deep for the box. Yeah, that'd be about right, wouldn't it? I think that'd be a nice size, actually, Graham. I agree with you. You want it nice and deep, don't you? Otherwise, there's no point in having it. You can't get anything in it. Genius, always being nice. Well, it's nice that you're nice. Kevin, I'm up for one. I don't know what sort of... It was just something that I thought, if we're going to do it, it's got to be done easily like replicated. It's got to be... There's no point in being outside, spending the whole day making this beautiful little wooden box with, you know, with a chip in it, and you think, well, what am I going to charge? You know, like however many £100 a day or whatever, I can't charge that, for no one will buy it. So it's got to be. The trouble is that as well now with modern CNC machines, they spit stuff out so quick that you can't compete. But I thought it was a bit of fun, and I don't know whether I can make it in kit form and you can get the soldering iron out and have a bit of fun doing it yourself, or have some already made. I don't know. I haven't thought that far, to be fair. There you go. So I think in general, most people seem to think that's quite a good idea. And I think that's it. Actually, there's one more thing. I did have a thought as well that there's no reason why someone couldn't come on the show just to, if someone's got a question, they can come on and ask the question. And I think it would work well with WhatsApp because we could see you as well. This could go horribly wrong, and what I would do before, I'm going to ask for a volunteer, but what I would do before I displayed it on this screen, I will make sure that their number isn't visible. If it is, we'll just say, no, cancel the call. But if someone wants to ring me on WhatsApp, plenty of people have got my number. Someone perhaps in our group, like Craig, or, someone. Or Rick, you could phone me on WhatsApp and just see if we can put someone in here. So if someone's got a question in on a later show, we can actually bring them on and ask that question, and it might work quite well. So before we end, I'd quite like to try that. Mark says a run of 100 would sell. Charge for your time, people would buy. Yeah, I think people would buy. I just think we're always looking for a new product, and who's made one? I've probably given someone else the idea to make it now and beat me to it. But I just think it's an idea that people would like. Depends if the other half lets you build them on a Sunday. I'm lucky with Tina. She don't give me too much of a hard time. Come on then, Craig. Phone me up. Let's see if we can get this job done. Phone me on WhatsApp. Just phone me and we can change it to a video call. What's a cracking idea, Mike? The WhatsApp bit. It would be carnage with me and Craig on there. I would need an X certificate. Rick. Go on, Craig. Phone me up on WhatsApp. Let's see if we can do it. I've got a signal, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Just go into WhatsApp, Craig, make a phone call to me. You got my number. I know you have. You're in my group. You're a marked man. Craig, they would need a translator. We'll try. Try anything once. Just want to see if it works. And if it does, if someone's got a question, rather than type away, so I'll tell you what, phone the WhatsApp, come on here, ask your question. Might be a bit nicer as just a change from the norm. Here we go. Hello. Hang on.
Hello.
Right. Well, I've got you on a little screen. Why are you on little?
I'm on a tablet, so it should be huge.
Turn the tablet the other way.
See, that's not the right way, so...
Is that? What about upright? Turn it upright. That's better. Right.
Better, yeah.
No, not now. It's gone the other way again. That's it. There. Right. Hold there, Craig. Don't move. Right, your number isn't visible. So we'll put it up here. Right, you're now on screen. I don't know if you can see that. Now, can everyone hear?
Okay.
Can everyone hear Craig or not? Oh,
You don't hear me?
you've paused the video, Craig. Or did I?
Oh, It's because I'm trying to watch it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's because I was trying to watch on YouTube.
Right. Can everyone hear Craig or not?
Hello.
Turn you up a bit. Right, that should come through the microphone. Oh, you've gone sideways again, Craig. Tilt the other way. That's... Oh.
And then turn it back again.
You're on your head. No, you've gone sideways. Try... If I put me on there...
Mode, like.
That's better. No.
See, right, see, that's in landscape.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And I turn it to portrait.
That's it. There.
That's in portrait.
That's it. Portrait. You want it portrait.
Right, cool.
Right. So unfortunately you'll see the... Actually you won't if I put that over there. Put that there. Then you won't see my ceiling. So apparently Adrian says, I think I hear him through your microphone and not his.
That's probably right, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe it won't work then. That's a shame, isn't it? We almost had it. Andy Media. Evening, Andy. How are you? Oh, we almost had it, Craig. Wonder how we can get you.
Because I can't see you, like, but should I be seeing anything? I just see a blank screen.
Yeah, but if you... hang on. Let me see if I can show you. Right, hang on. No. Oh, bloody hell. This ain't going to work well, is it? No, I can't do that. No. I was trying to show you the screen. I think it's probably a work in progress, that one. That's a shame, because I thought I can get my phone on the screen. You've gone sideways again, Craig. You want to go in landscape. Is that?
Is that better?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, son.
No, you want to...
Right, then I'll go back the way, right?
Yeah, that's it. There.
It now.
That's it, like that. Yeah. Yeah. So we can see you fine, but we just can't. If I shut up for a second and you talk.
You just need to figure out how to get the audio to play through your whatever you use.
Yeah.
Stream, Zoom, whatever.
Yeah, Ecamm Live I use.
Ecamm Live, I don't know how to use that, but there must be something you can do that'll...
Yeah, I mean, I could just bring you on as a guest as normal. I just thought for...
I could just come on.
I thought just for someone that perhaps had a question in chat that didn't understand coming on and, you know, on Ecamm Live, like a Zoom call, could just pick up his mobile, come on WhatsApp and pop on and ask his question.
You could just do phone calls, maybe.
Could do a phone call, but it's still got to come through this system.
Good point.
Yeah.
Point, that, doesn't it?
But anyway, bless you for coming on. And so while you are on, if I move actually my phone near the speaker so people can hear, then you can tell everyone where they can see you and what night.
Alright, that's right, I'll do a show.
Give yourself a plug. Go on.
Give myself a plug. Chewing the Fat with Craig and Kenny. Saturday at 7 till 8:30. Monday 10 o'clock till 11 o'clock.
There you go.
Chewing the Fat with Craig and Kenny. Search it on YouTube. And you'll find
Chewing the Fat. There you go. Actually, I think some of the facts you were turning around was my fault. I think it was on my phone.
because I'm sitting in landscape and it just... But you want it in portrait mode, do you not want it better that way?
No, it's worse. No, it's not right that way. When you watch this back, when you said, "Do you not think it's better that way?" You'll see what I mean. Right, what's people put on there? I'm gonna chuck. It's because you keep spinning around, making them dizzy. Sit still, Craig. Yeah. Can you link your phone to your PC? That would work. Yeah, there is a way I can do this. I know there is. It's just perfecting it. I would like Craig guesting as Mark Trigwell. Kevin Smith, iPhone Craig. I think audio's okay for a quick question, says Murray. Mike, it's a bra show. That almost worked. I think, mind you, the microphone, I've got quite a long way away from me. I could even move that. That might work. I could be able to do it.
We could do a test stream anytime, Mark, and see if you can figure it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime I'm free. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that'd be good of you. Be good of you.
See if you can figure it out.
Yeah. What's Curly Chew put? Hi, hey, evening, Curly Chew. Nice to see you. Let's put that on there. I'm just dropping in on the rarity now. Thinking of you the other day. Bioethanol heater. I bought a Hofat Spin 120. Oh, I didn't. I'm going to look that up. But what I would say is, if I can show you this one. Someone bought one of my heaters. I'll put it up here. And they bought this to go on top, which is a cheapie off Amazon. And it turns this stove into a heater. You can't see that, Craig. I'll see if I can hold it above.
Oh, is that one of your heater things?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And I've got to do the review on that. But basically the guy lived on had a yacht, and he said he wanted it as a heater. So yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. But,
that's quite good to have.
Yeah.
Another good project for you, isn't it?
That's it. And anyone who said they couldn't understand you, Craig, I can understand you perfectly well.
I know, I'm starting to speak a little bit clearer now. Now I'm getting used to it a bit more. Do you know what I mean? At first it's just like mumble.
Whoever thought it was going to be easy, it's definitely not. Right, Craig, I'm going to click you off now. Thank you ever so much for doing that. And
no worries, I'll come back and watch.
I'll click you off. Cheers, mate. Okay.
Cheers, see you later.
See you, mate. Bye. Well, that was a useful little experiment. It kind of worked. Kind of. You notice Craig hasn't sworn once. Yeah. Respect, eh? All right then, folks. I think it's time to go. I did say we were going to have an hour. We've had nearly an hour and a half, so it shows we're having good fun, doesn't it? I hope what I've said tonight has been of interest. I'll continue to work on this. I'll probably make one, and we'll all see what we think of it and see how easy it is to replicate it, to do it quite quickly, so it won't cost all the family silver to buy one. Craig is aging backwards. I don't know what that is. He's a good guy, because he is. And the audio is bad. Yeah. We need. I think if I hadn't thought of the audio. If we can figure that out, that might work. But good one to try, perhaps for the future. So thank you for the 31 people that put a thumbs up, and for the one who didn't, who put one down. We don't care. Says more about you than it does us. But seriously, guys, thanks for all your contributions that you do in your chat, and of course towards purchasing from the site when you do. That's obviously predominantly why I'm in business, I suppose. But it's always nice for your support in chat with your questions, keeping it going. And we like to have a bit of a laugh about different topics, but we also come back to vaping on a regular basis, and a lot of it is vaping. Graham says, nice one, Mark, and chat been educational. Chat is educational. You're very, between us, if you added up I don't know how many's in chat now, it's 39 now, it's probably more earlier. But if you add up our knowledge, there is a lot of vaping knowledge in there. So, and it means a lot that you all contribute. Okay, so until next time, which will probably be 2, maybe 3 weeks. Let's see how well I get on with that. I might come on and show it off. So until then, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.